Alright, this is Creole, and I'm here in the lab showing you how I create the leaf on the new camo series. And these are the 3 paints that I'll be using. You can get these at any craft store. I actually got these from Walmart in a kit. Get like 12 for like $8 or whatever. You can get them for about 50 cents on sale, but this is what I'm using. This is my brush. It's a basic brush I got from like, I don't know, Family Dollar. This is my little station, so you have to pardon it. And then a styrofoam plate or whatever you want to use, but you can get a lot of uses out of this plate. So this is what I'm using. Alright. Hopefully my camera will behave and I can pause and show you. Alright. Hold on. Be back. Alright, so I am getting into the stem using the lighter green. You want to be liberal with it. Sorry, I have fur on like everything. And I'm drawing this from an image I had. I had it first that I pulled offline, and I'm replicating it. Seemed like the one I did the second time got a little bit larger. The first rose that I did was a little bit smaller, but you know, nothing's gonna come out perfect. And that's the beauty of it. Like you can do whatever you need to do. So here's the outline. Basically just taking a lot to the tip, being careful, trying to create the shape of the leaf. Not so much, not too overdone with the outline, but being careful not to overlap too much, because you want to create the visual that there's a line there. All right, so this is the basis. All right, I'll be back in a second. All right, so I've filled in the body, still a little wet. However, it dries pretty fast. And then I've got the heater on up here, so it dries pretty fast. And because of the type of fabric it is, there's fibers, because this is nylon, ripstop nylon, but there's little fibers. Plus, I've got like remnant hairs of fur from when I work with the fur all over. So it has a tendency to not want to lay right into the line. So you can go back over this if you want to create like a definitive line. But however, it's not going to be like super perfect, but you don't want it to be like smudgy. So you do want to kind of get it where it's solid as possible. And then I left a little hollow out in the middle, a little, just so I could put the darker green in there to kind of create that vein line. And while it's still wet, and I'm just using water, and what I'm going to do is just kind of start to blend a little bit. Usually I'll do a couple of strokes either way, and it really depends on your perception of where you want the shadow or the light to go. So seeing as I've done the other one, it's really on you. I'm going back in because I could still see the camo. So the colors will start to blend. And like I said, these colors, they dry pretty fast the thinner they are. And then I just kind of pull and swipe it in. You don't have to mix these on the, you don't have to mix them on the plate if you don't want to. You know, you can create whatever colors you want. I just choose to do it while the paint is still wet. It does require a little bit of a steady hand. However, I mean, it's not going to be super perfect. Well, perfect as it's going to be. I mean, it's really up to you. It's what you want to do. I mean, you're the artist, you're in control. So however you want to do it, wherever you want to stop. I just suggest, you know, don't overdo it. It has to dry. And then you let it dry. Sometimes I come back, I see little gaps or whatever, and then I'll go back in and try to give it a little more depth or whatever. Now, for some reason, I guess it's challenging for me right now because I'm holding this phone with the other hand, so I'm not really getting the visual I want. But that's pretty much the concept. There's just a play of dark and light. Now I'm going with the white, and my white and dried up a little bit. But now I'm going to create a little bit more depth here and on the other side of that vein. And so now you can keep it this way if you want a little more graphic. I like to make it a little variated, so I just swipe a couple times, then I just brush over it lightly. It does take a little bit of control, but you'll learn to control if this is your first time. And I'm sure there's some people who are way better than I am at this. I don't paint for a living, however, I just I do create, and just been blessed with several talents, and I just feel like nothing is off limits to me, so this is what I do. But however, that is the basis of the leaf, and then I'm going in with a little bit of color to the stem. And I may hit this again because I'm just not happy with the green right now, because again, I want to show a little more depth and like making the leaf look like it may be uncurling a little bit, whatever, like just shadow play. And you can go backwards and forwards, whatever, until you find the comfortable level. And where you want to stop with your leaf, like literally. But this is my perception of what the leaf should look like on the rose. And it's coming together. So this will be on YouTube. I mean, subscribe, follow, however you want to do, but just have fun. And if you really want to pop a color before you do the green, you could do this in white first, so base it like I had to do the rose, because you really want the colors to pop. So you put a white base first and then go back, just being careful to keep the body of the lines where they're not overlapping, so you can go back in. All right, peace.